The thing I don't like that Ready to Love did, though, they played that dramatic background music so freaking loud. I could barely hear the girls arguing what the hell they were saying. I was like, turn the damn music down. We get the dramatic effects on people. So anyway, hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandi and channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandi and Y'all already know at my channel we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. Tonight is Friday night. We are talking Owns Ready to Love. This is season 6, Miami, episode 14, reunion part 2. Something in my throat, y'all. Before we get any further, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, y'all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps me to grow this channel. I appreciate all of the love and support that has been coming my way lately in this last several months of this YouTube journey that I am on. I really am enjoying myself and having fun, and I hope y'all enjoy yourself over here at the Brandi and channel. Anyway, so happy to be back to y'all on a Friday night and get back into the routine. Y'all know I was busy last weekend, so I barely got Ready to Love done last weekend. Anyway, also don't forget to share this video if you enjoy the content, and also don't forget to comment. Let me know that you subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the whole season of Miami. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews about Ready to Love as a whole. I still love the show. I'm glad this new season is coming back in January. I think that gives us a little rest point, right? And we could do what we do. Also, oh, I already told y'all to share. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode and everything else. All right, so let's get into the video. Y'all got some groceries coming, so if I have to pause this to do that, I will do that. All right, y'all, so the episode started off where they left off last week with Katie and Sharice fussing and fighting, jumping up, acting like they're going to fight when they really not about to do nothing at all. I guess it got so bad to Luni, she was tired of it, so she told the producers, like, ain't y'all going to stop this, break it up? So the producers came over there and sat Sharice all the way down. And so Katie was like, I'm so sorry, Tommy. Like, yeah, I hate to get out of character, but this girl, how she has pushed me and probed me, and she's over here saying sister, sister under her breath. And, next minute, 1 minute you're saying sister, sister, the next minute you're, saying all this nasty stuff. And Luni's like, okay, y'all good. Like, y'all can agree to disagree. Y'all not gonna get along. Y'all not gonna get along. It is what it is. Luni was over it. Sorry, y'all. I had to make a little adjustment. So anyway, Sharice still hollering, you said you was gonna drag me. You said you was gonna hit me. You said da-da-da. You keep calling me fake, and I know I'm not fake. And so then Katie was like, you are being fake because you're doing this and that, and girl, you are delusional, and she going off. So then Kayla come with her tissue. I should have got a piece of tissue for this pop. But she's like, I'm just so sick of it. Black women fighting, and why can't we just get along? Why do the black women have to fight, and why do we have to do this, and why do we have to do that? I just can't take it no more. And that's all nice, Kayla. Thank you, girl, for the monologue. I love you, Kayla. You won the Oscar tonight or in the Emmy. But, however, you finna fight with Jamaala 30 minutes later. And every time we see a scene where Nephew Tommy is talking to Brandi about Mike and their connection, or Jamaala about Randall, you over there rolling your eyes and playing with your nails. So you part of the problem, girl? Like, no. I was through with Kayla with them tears. Through with it. Anyway, so then Sharice and Katie and fuss and fight a little more, and Nephew Tommy said, all right, ladies, let's just agree to disagree. Let's have a mutual respect. Let's have some peace of mind. Let's have an understanding. Let's have some come to Jesus, okay? So anyway, he's like, Mike, what you say? Big Mike, what you got to say? He's like, man, I ain't got to say nothing. If it ain't about Brandi, it ain't about nothing. He said, these ladies, I ain't had no issues on the show. Didn't have to do with all these ladies. He was just joking and stuff. So then the next segment, we're going to get to Mr. Justice. This was a whole waste of time. First of all, I wasn't in the mood for justice. I was irritated when I came home, okay? Number one. Then I had to deal with Justice. And I didn't feel like his talking in circles. I can't comprehend nothing Justice says. None of his conversations make sense to me, okay? So they bring out Justice. They show his little package. I think on the stage they had, let me see, Chernika, Katie, Jamaala, and Luni. And I think that was it. It might have been Mike or somebody else on the stage too. I'm not sure. So anyway, they all on the stage, right? And so nephew Tommy asked Justice, like, you know, was this process where the lady's not understanding the process the way you understood the process? So then he was like, yeah, my thing is, you know, when I'm dating, like, I need a, you know, he wanted a lady to, you know, position himself to get with him. Like he said, like, he not going to take you out on all the dates. He had basically the same bull he already said to us on the show we already knew. And he said, you know, it's hard in the process when, you know, trying to get to know a bunch of ladies at one time is difficult for me. And, you know, we trying to call each other and make conversation, but I don't really know you. I don't know if I vibe with you. Like, he wasn't making sense to me. Was Justice making any sense to y'all? Drop it in the comments. If he made sense to you, please let me know in the comments, because he made no sense to me. So then Katie was tired of it. She said, okay, but then what happened with you and Luni? What's up with that? Katie got every scene started. Katie did her job. Let me tell you one thing. Hate her or love it about Katie, and she did her job this season, okay? So then nephew Tommy was like, yeah, what happened with that? And so then Justice like, you know, I feel like me and her connected on the show, but in this process it's kind of hard. So he was like, yeah, when y'all both left the show, I thought y'all had a connection. And he was like, we did, but you know, it's hard, you know, we got to go back to being human beings. I'm like, well, what was y'all in on Ready to Love? Was you not a human being? Was you an alien? Like, what are you talking about? You make no sense, sir. And so he tried to make it like, you know, they had to go back to real life, and he got to see what it's about and get rid of the like all this excuses. If you like somebody, you gonna make it work. Bottom line, point blank, and a period, right? So anyway, Luni was just sitting there like, and then he was like, yeah, you know, I had to just, you know, remove myself and decide to just, you know, let her go, let her be free. But, you know, we can still keep it cool and be contacts, be friends, keep it cordial. Luni was like, oh, can we? So you could tell she was just sitting there getting irritated with everything Justice was saying. And so nephew Tommy was shocked. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had to get my groceries. That when he rang that doorbell, he scared the mess out of me. Anyway, even though I knew he was coming, but I knew he was coming that soon. Anyway, the delivery guy was kind of cute too, y'all, but he looked a little young. So anyway, back to the review. Okay, so Luni was getting tired of Justice, you know, running her in circles to the point where Luni got up and walked backstage. She was done with it. Justice was like, where you going? And so then he went to go check on her. And she says, I just need some time, I need some space. Like, can you please go? Can you please go? So then he came right back. The girls was back there consoling him. And then backstage, everybody's like, what is he saying? Like, he ain't even making sense. Like, they were tired of him. So we all tired of Justice. And so I'm like, Luni, we told you and Shanika about this foolishness. And y'all wasn't seeing it the way we were seeing it. Then Justice came back, and nephew Tommy was like, what's happening? And then he was like, oh, you know, she just needs some time, some space, and all that. And so nephew Tommy was like, well, you know, when I talk to you, you seem to be a pretty good guy. And so I'm just like, nephew Tommy, I guess, because y'all both men. You ain't trying to date this Negro. So anyway, then Justice was saying, you know, I'm just trying to grow. Basically saying he's trying to grow and learn from the experience, taking to what consideration what the lady said about the way his delivery is and the way he handles things, and trying to put those things into practice. And nephew Tommy asked, you know, does he think he could move forward with Luni if, you know, Luni was open to it? He said he definitely could. So they shall see what the future holds for them. I'll see it for them. Anyway, backstage, Luni and Justice was all the way outside by the cars. And so he said, you know, he apologized and he didn't mean to upset her. And they both said there was a lot going on. And he said that, you know, you got me blocked on all the sites, but except for my, you know, have my phone number blocked, but you just ignored my calls. And he was like, you know, I do want to, you know, get back to hanging out, we can get drinks. And they hugged it out, and she laughed at him and stuff. I don't know, Luni, I wouldn't do it, girl. Maybe go have a drink or two, but I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say though, don't even waste your time with him. He's still gonna play games. I do like the fact that he came back to her and apologized. I don't think he wants to be perceived the way he was perceived on the show. I'm gonna say that about Justice. I'm gonna give him credit there. I don't think he I think he genuinely will take what he learned from what the lady said about him. He needed to really take into account what Charnika's friend said. Shout out to them, the pilot and the doctor, because they were spot on about his BS, and we all saw it. And so I think Luni, if you were to tread that way, be very, very careful. But like I said, I do think Justice is going to try to put into practice what he learned, and I don't think he wanted to be perceived as that type of guy as the way he was, as he is, okay? Not was, what he is, okay? So anyway, then the next segment, we discuss Mr. Sampson, I believe. So, no, I'm sorry, we discussed Swayze and Katie. Y'all know I'll be going out of order. So Swayze and Katie, and they do their little segment. They show how at the end they decided to eliminate themselves and all that good stuff. So Nephew Tommy's like, well, what happened after the show? Because, you know, y'all together. And so Swayze said, I knew this girl loved me because right after that, right after everything happened, she called me. Like, as soon as we got home, she called me and she wanted to move forward. He's like, I know this girl must love me. I'm like, y'all is so toxic. Like, I love their balance of each other, but they are horribly toxic, y'all. They horribly toxic. So anyway, but I don't know. Maybe Katie needed Swayze. Swayze needed Katie. I don't know, but it's gonna be a mess. She gonna be trying to change that man. Okay, first thing she gonna do is try to change him. So anyway. She was like, yeah, you know, I just went back and I called him and, you know, he's like my soulmate. And Nephew Tommy's like, oh, Nephew, you know, Swayze, do you feel the same? He said he feels the same. And so it was just a mess. And they're like, soulmate. Somebody in the back was like, girl, please. Then Nephew Tommy brought up the whole issue with Swayze talking to Katie's friend and the whole thing about dating black girls. And so, yeah, he didn't like that because he said that wasn't true. You know, that's not how you wanted to be perceived. Like, his daughters, like his, you know, like he has said on the show, basically. And so, then Luni was like, well, you know, just let me be clear for you. Like, it's not the part about you dating outside your race, or you date outside your race. It's just when you exclude black women, period, from who you're going to date. Then that's when we get offended. Because Swayze was talking about how he hates that anytime a black man dates outside their race, it's totally, you know, looked down on. And, you know, we have our reasons for that, okay? And I don't like when a black man says, oh, I'm not going to date black women because of X, Y, Z. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. And I don't respect that, okay? And I hope none of my viewers have those type of views. Anyway, so Luni did explain that it's like when you exclude black women, that's when we feel some type of way. And so Nephew Tommy was like, well, let's set the record straight. Do you date black women now? He's like, my lady black. He talking about Katie. And then Nephew Tommy's like, well, I can see that. And Nephew Tommy's like, well, you know, I wish y'all the best. If I hear some wedding bells, like, let me know. I definitely want to be there. So they talking about they want to do it all. I'm like, okay, Swayze and Katie, then why did y'all self-eliminate? Like, oh, that is too much for me. Both of them are too dramatic. Too dramatic. All right, so then let's get on to the Sampson and Sharice and all the girls on the stage. All right, so Sampson on the stage. We also had, I believe, no, not Jamaala. Oh, speaking of Jamaala, let me go back to Jamaala and Katie, because this was something else I didn't want to forget to mention, y'all. Back at the Justice scene, when Justice was trying to explain about dealing with the process, but he had a connection with Luni and he wanted to figure out things outside the process, and it was too hard to date all the women that focus on one person and all that. Then Katie and Jamaala both gonna be like, oh yeah, we understand what he's saying though. We understand what he's saying though when Luni left. And I was like, do y'all really understand what he's saying? Because both of y'all didn't like Justice and what he was saying. So it was just odd to me that all of a sudden now Katie and Jamaala were understanding what the hell Justice was saying. That was really weird to me. Let me know what y'all thought of that part. I didn't want to forget that because that threw me off. And I was side-eyeing both of them heifers. And I like Jamaala and I like Katie too. But I was like, what is y'all talking about? Y'all understand what he's saying. Anyway, they're going to have to break that one down for me. If y'all watching this video, which some of y'all do, drop it in the comments and break that down, what y'all meant, that y'all understood what Justice was saying. Because I didn't understand none of it. So anyway. All right, back to Mr. Sampson. Okay, let's really get to Mr. Sampson now. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so they did Sampson's package. You know, he was doing all the gifting of it all. So they had Shakira on the stage. Is that her name? Yeah. Shakira, Brandi, Mike, Sharice and what was the other girl? Luni. Okay. So they were all on stage, and so, nephew Tommy asked Sampson, would you feel like the gifts were received? People were understanding you. He said, I feel like some of the ladies did, receive the gifts well, and they're growing in their homes. And he was like, I did. So anyway, and he was like, I hope they would appreciate it. I'm from the South. That's just how I was raised. And if someone gave me a gift, I would appreciate it. Shakira said, she's was happy with the gift. She felt that Sampson was really showing who he was, really showing that he listened to you. And his gifts were thoughtful. I say that. I have no problem with his gifts. He's dating all of y'all. Of course he's going to give all y'all gifts. He didn't give y'all the same gift. He gave gifts that, were things that he knew you would like because he had conversations with you. So I thought it was thoughtful. But I could see also how it comes across as like you doing the same thing for everybody. And all the girls, we want to feel special, right? So Shakira's like, Sampson knows how I feel about him. I think he's the kind man. He was showing who he was. He's showing he paid attention to us, and he knows I like and respect him for that. And so he was like, thank you. And so then Sharice said her thing was that, he wasn't showing her that, he genuinely liked her, only making her feel special, making her feel like he chose her. So Sampson was like, I don't understand how you could feel that way. Like, all the other ladies understood me better than you did, and I spent the most time with you. And he was like, everyone was talking about me, but to you, but it was all good. But if everybody's talking to me about you, Sharice, it was all bad. I hope I said that right. Y'all know what I meant. Anyway, he was, and Sharice was talking about, well, all the ladies say you were talking to them, all the ladies say you're giving them gifts and all that. And he's like, well, I was part of the process. And she was like, yes, but the men that pursued the women they liked, like Randall and Mike and Swayze, like they really went after them and was more romantic towards them. They really put their effort into them. And Sharice felt like Sampson was not really doing that. He was more so playing the field. Luni said, she felt the connection with Sampson, but she did feel the friend vibe, like it wasn't, giving what it needed to give. Brandi said she felt a, romantic connection with Sampson, and she feels like he is genuine and he's really a nice guy. However, it never felt like it could get past a certain level, like there was something like a barrier there. And it definitely felt like a barrier was there to Sampson. Like, I believe Sampson's a nice man. I think he has some qualities he needs to watch. I think he knows what to do on the day, how to meet family, how to do this, how to present, how to be romantic when it's time. I think getting to that deeper level beyond just the niceties of it all and to the heart and the meat of the relationship is the issue with Sampson. Now, it's not impossible though with Sampson, because we're gonna find out he got a little lady friend. Hey, Sampson. So anyway, Sampson was saying, like, he was trying to be genuine and all this stuff. And Sharice was like, you were showing me, but you weren't really, like, all the way showing me. You're showing other ladies same things. And he was like, well, I gave you all the attention. Like, I called you every day. Who was I calling in the morning, very early? Who was I calling at night? And she was like, well, you was calling the ladies every day. And he was like, yeah, but, who was I giving the most time to? What did my actions show? Like, I feel like you didn't reciprocate. He's like, love is reciprocating. We got to reciprocate love and all that good stuff. So then he also was saying, like, he just feels like Sharice wasn't really getting him. And Luni did explain that Sharice wanted to feel important because Sharice was putting all her eggs in the Sampson basket. Like, she was only dating him. And so Sampson's thing was like, oh, I wanted you to, explore your other options, and I'm okay with that, while you're okay with me exploring my other options. But then backstage, Kayla is saying, well, like, he's being kind of narcissistic a-hole because he knows that Sharice wasn't exploring anybody else. So, like, what is he talking about? And I also understand that, like, if you were you talking about Sharice was your heir and all that, then make it known to Sharice so she ain't second guessing herself. Like, it should have been clear, and it definitely was not clear to us, the viewers, and it was not clear to Sharice clearly. So anyway, Sharice was like, I wanted to feel important, and Luni kind of explained it, I think, way better than Sharice did. Luni said, she wanted to feel valued. She wanted to feel like she was, even though you were pursuing all the other ladies, like, she was number one. And so, nephew told me, I asked Sampson, where are you now? Sampson said he is dating somebody else. After the process ended, you know, he had a friend at church he had been talking, like, you know, connecting with, not like during the show, but they decided to take their friendship to another level. So he made him a good old church girl, y'all. So he gonna be just fine. Ladies were like, oh, wow, they're all shocked. And so Nephew Tommy asked Sharice, like, what's her status? She said she popping. So I know that's right, Sharice. So then Sharice is like, yeah, I'm really shocked because, you know, you were saying all this stuff during the process. Like, you know, you wanted to do all this stuff, but now you're dating somebody else already. So that's really shocking to me, but she wished them the best of luck. So anyway, that was that on them, y'all. So then let's get to this Randall, Kayla, and Tronika hot mess. Okay. So I know Kayla was digging into Justice as well during that segment and trying to explain to him, like, okay, are you trying to say, because he was trying to say he wants somebody to be a friend first, and then the relationship, and then the best friend, and the relationship, whatever he was saying, not making no sense, y'all. Kayla was like, okay, were you saying this? Are you saying that's the box? And he's like, you don't put love in the box. He was a little bit tit for tat with Kayla. I didn't like that, Justice. That's another part I meant to mention, y'all. Sorry, I forgot. I had a little brain freeze during the Justice part. Anyway, okay, so this Randall situation is a hot mess. I'm done with Randall, all the way done with Raw. So anyway, they showed their package. You know, Nephew Tommy asked Randall what was going on over there. Randall was hot. He took his jacket off. Jamaala did explain that the reason why she was upset at that time is because going into the house, Randall, they had both agreed that that was Randall's time to tell the other Kayla, and I'm getting to Tronika too. I think Tronika was kind of a non-factor though, that what his decision was to move forward. Like, I guess that he was moving forward with Jamaala. So Kayla over there cranking up like that. And so like, girl, that ain't it. And so she was like, then, you know, turned around, he's not doing that. So that's why I was upset. And so Randall was like, well, she didn't, you know, give me the space to do what I needed to do. That was my issue. Like, you came in the room and you said you trying to fake get your hat, you trying to do all this stuff, and you didn't give me the space to do what I was going to do. And so she said that thing she was saying that he crossed the boundary and she was getting tired of it is because he said he was going to let Kayla know she ain't it, but then he didn't do that during the vacation house, so that's why she was getting irritated, which makes sense to me. Does it make sense to y'all? Now it kind of does make sense of why she said what she said in the cutscene, right? So the Kayla was cracking up like, girl, like if that was the case, then why were you coming in there making a scene and acting all insecure? And if you were secure, you would have let him explore his other options. So then Jamaala was trying to explain like, no, that's what I'm saying. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. And so she's like, you know what, don't even address me. You address Raw, like, you don't talk to me. And so then Kayla's like, no, I am going to address you. She's like, no, you not. She's like, no, because you're going to deal with this and you're going to do all that. And so then, I don't know how, but Tronika piped up. And then Jamaala was like, no, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do nothing, sweetie. And Kayla's like, I'm not your sweetie. And then Tronika was like, girl, you need to stop. I don't know how Tronika got in it. But anyway, I don't know if she jumped in or Jamaala called her in. I don't know what happened. So Tronika going in and like, girl, like I've been holding restraint. I've been nothing but nice to you. And then Jamaala was like, girl, you only gave me loving like off camera. Like, don't even with me. And Jamaala was just like, she ain't got time for the girls. They was going all back and forth. And the thing I don't like that Ready to Love did, though, they played that dramatic background music so freaking loud. I could barely hear the girls arguing what the hell they was saying. I was like, turn the damn music down. We get the dramatic effects on people. So anyway, then Tronika was like, girl, I've been practicing restraints with you. I've been really trying with you. I've been trying to keep it cute. She's like, he don't even claim you outside of this process. And so Jamaala was like, you need to get a muzzle for this boy. You need to do it. I was like, oh, a muzzle. So then they was going off. And then Nephew Tommy cut their arguing off. That was a hot mess, but it was funny to me. So anyway, Jamaala couldn't be bothered by the girl. So anyway, Randall said, you know, in the house, I didn't do everything I should have done. I couldn't communicate clearly. Kayla has the right to feel how she feels. Tronika has the right to feel how she feels. Jamaala has the right to feel how she feels because I didn't, spend the time I should have spent with Kayla and Tronika in the house. I didn't do, what I said I was going to do and all that. And I didn't communicate it clearly. And you know, he also said Jamaala was being Jamaala. So, you know, they, like I said before in every video, they spent way more time together off camera than we seen. And that's why Jamaala is pissed. Also, I think Jamaala thought this was going to be an easy win. But Randall, I think, is also not used to having all this attention. But I don't feel sorry for Randall. Because if you want somebody, you want somebody. Like, stop playing. Please stop playing, sir. Anyway. The girls get done fussing and fighting. So nephew Tommy asked, you know, where do things stand now? Randall said they're just figuring out. Jamaala said the same thing. Nephew Tommy's like, what does this figuring out thing mean? Y'all dating other people? And so Randall was like, yeah, I'm dating other people. And so he's like, you still dating these ladies here? And so him and Kayla have still been on some dates. And Janika said, not me. She ain't in the mess. He was like, yeah, you know, we've dated and we're just figuring it out. And Kayla said, we're just seeing where it goes. And so that's where things are. Everybody in the back was like, oh. I was like, oh, so he's still dating Kayla. Very interesting. Very interesting. I said, Jamaala, pack your bags and go. He ain't even worth it, girl. You could do better. No. He just wanted to know he could get Jamaala. That's my thing with Randall. I think he just wanted to know he can get Jamaala, but he didn't really want her. And that sucks. But, girl, you'll find somebody else. I ain't worried about Jamaala. Anyway. So then, next segment, I believe we had Mike and Brandi. So Mike and Brandi, they showed their connection and everything they had going on. Also, side note, we did see Calvin and April chopping it up backstage. They need to make it happen. Calvin, you know you like you some April. April, you like Calvin. Also, backstage, as y'all know, it's a whole second show back there. Swayze was making fun of Sampson using all his big words, and they was clowning him and the way he be talking. So anyway, so then they talked about the whole Mike and Brandi thing. Brandi said, you know, when she saw him, she was like, who is this? And he was confident, but he was shy, and she likes the way he approached her. Mike said that, you know, he was attracted to her physically, first of all. You know, he likes who she is, and he wants to show her what a really relationship looks like and be there for her and all that good stuff. In the back, they're like, you better talk, don't talk, Mike. And they was going off. And I was like, for what? Mike is not serious. I'm sorry, Brandi. You could do better, girl. Like, this man, I don't see him sticking in it for the long term. I see him sticking in it for a little term to make the optics look good for the show. Girl, don't end up in another situationship. Like, Brandi, I'm going to need you to learn the red flags. I'm going to need you to look inside and see what's wrong with you while you're ignoring certain things and situations, girl. Like, what is happening? Anyway, but I wish them the best ultimately. You know, if it works, it works. So I'm just like, girl, you ain't seeing what we seeing. You better check on that Strawberry J lady. Anyway, now, meanwhile, Kayla over there just playing with her nails during that segment. She ain't got time to be bothered with them. And that's what I'm talking about, Kayla. So then, Nephew Tommy asked Kayla, you know, how did it feel? Oh, before I get there, Nephew Tommy asked Mike, was it hard to make a decision between Brandi and Kayla? He said, no, actually, it was not hard for him to make that decision. Ultimately, he always knew who he was going to pick. You know, he vibed better with Brandi. And he said him and Kayla had understanding, plus she had other options, so he already knew what's up. So I'm just like, oh, it wasn't that hard. Yeah, you strung her along. You definitely played the game. He did a Clifton, okay? He did a Clifton, and we ain't mad at it. But just say that's what it was, sir. So anyway, Kayla was like, you know, Nephew Tommy asked Kayla, was it hard watching that and all that? And she was like, yeah, of course, you know, it's hard being rejected, but knowing what Mike wants, you know, I feel like that situation is going to work for him. I feel like she was throwing like an undertone of shade, but we going to let it slide, right? So then, you know, Nephew Tommy asked where Brandi and Mike are now. They said they definitely booed up, bayed up, they bay now, and Mike wants to, you know, move forward with her to the future. He's looking forward to the future. Brandi's like, oh, this is the first time I heard him say that, so my heart is fluttering. Then Nephew Tommy shows the never before clips. We see a clip of Sampson telling Brandi how he, what did he say? He kinky and spicy. I was like, not the spicy and the kinkiness. So anyway, Brandi's like, oh, that sounds like an old man thing. A big old cockroach was attacking Justice during the confessional when he got eliminated. He couldn't kill it. We saw Swayze dang near fall off of a stool. We saw Luni in the trapeze. She couldn't get up there. Girl, I wouldn't have been able to do it either. She was like, I don't know why they have me suspended in the air because this is not for me. They wouldn't have me up there because I'm scared of heights. I wouldn't know. So, also we saw Trinika in the house. These are all never before seen clips, y'all. And so they had Trinika in the house doing her bells and her symbols, getting the energy together in the house. The energy girl, all your healing powers didn't help the fussing and the fighting in that house, and then felt help it nowhere on the show. I think that was all the cut scene, stuff we didn't see. Anyway, nephew Tommy talked to Luni like, girl, like, how'd you feel being in the air? She's like, yeah, I don't know why they had me up there. He has Justice like, why'd it take you so long to kill that roach? He was like, it was a big roach. And I don't remember who else he asked something to, but anyway, then he asked everybody, they got anything else they want to say, shoot their shots for the last time. So he asked Calvin and April, what's up with them? They make a new connection. April said they exchanged numbers. They're going to see where it go. I really want that to work out. Y'all. Also, he hollered at Jamaala. Jamaala said, moving forward, she, wishes Randall the best, but he definitely lost a romantic connection with her and a friend. So Jamaala basically let her know she done. He asked Randall, you got something to say? He said no. I said, good for you, Jamaala. Jamaala said she's exiting stage left with her things, okay? Kayla said, I just hope we can all get along moving forward and learn how to communicate and be a collective and all this stuff. I said, good for you, Kayla. It starts with you, though, girl. Anyway, excuse me, y'all. That was the end of the episode. Sorry if it's a little choppy and all the notifications, okay? Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will hopefully be back tomorrow night with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm planning to do Love is Blind. I'm just trying to find a time to get it in, y'all, and how I'm going to do it. And I may do Married at First Sight reunion review. We shall see, though. I'm not making no promises. All right, like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Enjoy y'all Friday night, too. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.